Alrighty, we're just going to take you through an easy calf and hamstring stretch that you can do either against a wall or by a bench. So if you've got a bench, you can use that for support. If you've got a wall, you can do this one. So what we're going to do is place one foot back. Now the first thing I want you to take notice of is, are my feet pointing straight ahead? So if your toes are twisting out a little bit, just straighten them up. So we've got that good alignment coming forward and your feet are hip width apart. Next thing I want you to do is make sure you've got your quad engaged, so the knee is straight. Okay, so extend that leg, lock in and lift through the kneecap and the quad. And then from there, this is just a guide. We don't have a lot of pressure through there. We are now going to send some weight down through the back heel. And this is where you might find you do lean into it a little bit if you've got a little bit more range, or you might be feeling it enough even just putting some weight down through the heel of the foot. So just take it where you need it. If you need a little bit more, you can lean into the wall a little bit, just making sure you keep that knee straight, shoulders dropped. Again, we've got activation through the tummy and we're pushing down through the heel. So we're going to hold it here for another 10 seconds. Then come back up. So give it a wee shake out. Now we're going to step the other foot back. So remember, we're looking down, are my feet straight? Then we're going to engage through the tummy, the back leg is straight, the knee cap is lifted and engaged through the quad, my shoulders are back and down. So now weight goes back down through the back heel. You may even find you get a little bit of a stretch through the hip flexor. And again, depending on how much range you have, you might find that you can lean into it a little bit more, keeping weight through the back heel, or you might find that you don't actually have to come very far at all. So work with intention. We want to go to tension, not pain. So if it is too painful, just back it off a little bit so it's manageable. And then just breathing into it there. Again, keeping the shoulders down, tummy on, and a little bit of pressure down through that back heel. Holding it here. 3, 2, 1. Now you can bring this leg through and you're just going to gently put it against the wall or the cupboard, whatever you've got in front of you. And we're going to go back into a hamstring stretch. So from here, we're just going to push the hip crease back. So we're trying not to twist, rotate, tummy on, push the hips back, and you should feel a stretch through the hamstring. This knee bends as a guide. Again, it's like a pendulum, bum goes back, body tilts forward. So again, you've got the wall or the bench for a little bit of support. And just make sure those hips are square. Like I say, push from the hip crease, pushing back. A little bit of support for the lower back by the tummy being on. Holding here. And then coming up, we're going to change it to the other side. So you might have to adjust how far away you are. But just rest the heel's planted. And then we're just pushing that hip crease back. Engaged. Weight through the heel. Toes are just resting on the wall or the cupboard. And again, it's that motion of pushing the hip crease back, keeping the hips level so we're not rocking and rolling side to side. Square, push the hip crease back, and as that goes back, gently lean forward with the upper body, keeping the tummy engaged. And then you can just even lift up a little bit to get a bit more of a stretch through there. You may even feel it, if you are tight, you might even feel still a bit of a stretch through the calf. That's fine. But really just engaging, pushing back. 3, 2, 1, and lifting up. So that's a really easy one for the calves and the hamstrings to balance out and get them stretching on a regular basis.